Morning, guys. Morning. Hope you all are well. Good morning. I'm seeing a lot of messages. Good morning. It's Friday. Some of the guys, that's nice. Others, not so nice. Monday is out. Well, up to today, we have to wait for the markets to open. So for others, that's not so nice. But for others, it is. All depends. Good morning. Couple of reminders here, guys. Remember, I'm a registered rep under supervision with the FSCA. So this specific trading session, there is some advice or recommendations or guidance that will be given. Don't forget that Quick Trade is a licensed FSP and a licensed over-the-counter derivatives provider. And then lastly, there your cutoff for withdrawals. That is Mondays to Fridays at 1500 hours. And on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Good morning. Is everybody okay? Here's your phases here as always. Important phases, guys. Term them differently, but know how to identify them. Term them differently, but know how to identify them. And then once again, all the guys on YouTube that will be streaming in later on, you are welcome. Thanks for being with me here. All right. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see what's happening in the markets. I'm ready to see if there's any change, if there has been change. I can tell you already from Wednesday, we were pretty disappointed with the performance of the market. We were looking for a little bit more follow through from different securities. And the unfortunate part is there was not anything available to us and for us. Let me just quickly confirm, can everybody see me and hear me clearly? Can everybody hear me? Can you guys see me clearly? All right, beautiful. Okay, so let's kick it off, guys. Let's kick it off. There are a few more guys that are coming online. So, we're going to afford them the opportunity to do so. It's good to see everybody, man. It's good to see everybody's alive and I hope well. I'm not going to be in any ignorance and say that everybody is well. I see like the hairstyle definitely tells me maybe, All right. I hope it's not anything serious there, Laik. Let me see. I was not able to stay full session. The waves all right. Okay. Well, yeah. You know what, Cheryl? Mine too. Isn't that a surprise? Mine too. My little guy is also a little bit. He's a bit under the weather. Right. So that makes two of us. All right. The car broke down. Fix it. Broken. Fix it. All right, guys. So here we have our dollar index. You guys know that I'm not going to go into too much detail regarding it, but I will be mentioning, that we watch it very carefully. It's the individual performance of the dollar. And so we look at it consistently so that we can track the movement, track the other securities in it. Thanks, there, share. Yeah, no, look, we're very positive. Always. All right, Shemaine, load shedding. All right, at 10. It's all good. All right, guys. So here we go. We have a challenge with the dollar index here. I said to you guys yesterday and the day before, and I said to you on Tuesday, there's a concern with the dollar that I have. We have, from a daily perspective, we are seeing the struggle of the dollar being able to move beyond, and you can see it here. Look at this. See that zone there? We are struggling to move past 114. Now, because of that struggle, look at this, the first rejection. What was very important is we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 days after that rejection. That is not good. Is everybody clear there? Today's Friday. I want to say specific things with some detail here and there so that you can understand why it's important to note. We have 6 days after the rejection, that is a week later, or almost a week later. Does it make sense, everybody, of rejection? Is everybody clear? So that already paints the picture that we are not going to go into the dollar 100% until we get some more follow through. Is everybody clear again? I see some, well, if the mechanic's coming there, just like the dollar, we hope, just like your car, we hope the mechanic can come and fix the dollar, because it's 6 days and counting now that we are in that funk. All right. So what we would like is, we would like the dollar to move, because we have the dollar pairs that we are looking at to trade. Now, if the dollar does not move, then we stay stuck there. Is everybody clear? All right, then we stay stuck. So we would like the dollar to move so that we can put some trades into the market. For now, you can see that there is this area over here where it keeps coming back to. Can you guys see the zone here about 112? It keeps moving up from there. It goes down and then it comes back up again. It's around 112. You see that? So that's the median there in which the dollar is consolidating. Guys, it's Friday. I told you guys many times before that Fridays the markets do tend to slow down. And when it slows down, you don't want to go in with too much risk. Is everybody clear with that? All right. You can go into a trade. There's nothing wrong with it. But just remember that that trade, the probability is much higher, right, Ken? That you will stay in over the weekend and only exit the following week. Is everybody clear with that? The probability is much higher. Can it go the other way where you can get in and out on a Friday? Absolutely. The guys have witnessed it in the trading room before, where we've seen a trade, we go in and then we got out again. But that is obviously slim. All right. There's a slimmer chance that will happen. All right. So let's push on. Let's go and see, in the midst of all of that uncertainty there and what the dollar is showing us, let's go and see what's happening to the other securities that we offer. We're starting off, as we know, with the NZD. But you know what? Let's do this because the USD pairs are a little bit more. Let's go with the USD pairs first, and then we'll switch over to the indices. All right. So look at the USD Swiss franc here, guys. All right. From a weekly basis, yes, it's up. We've broken. But the daily, it seems like we are still rejecting here. Yesterday's candle would have been beautiful for a long, but you can see the rejection at that resistance there. Is everybody clear with this USD Swiss franc here? Henny, that resistance is very, very powerful. How many days has it resisted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost as much as the dollar index. Can you guys see that? So can you see how it's aligning there? Almost as much as the dollar index. I hope everybody's seeing that and everybody's understanding that. So we're tracking the dollar index with these specific pairs here. All right, let's move on now. Let's go to the USD CAD. We're not doing anything with the USD Swiss franc. We need a stronger break out there before we engage. The bottom line is you can get in if you want to. If you want to, you can, no problem. But the question is it ideal? That will always be the question that I will ask you. Is it ideal to get in there? Is everybody clear? You can. It's your money. It's your investment. But it might not be ideal for you to get in there. Is everybody clear? I spoke about money being funny yesterday. We had a nice close off with our session in our recap. And we spoke about and we said the money should not be funny. Are we together? If you have little amount of money in your specific account, let's say you have 500 Rand, don't get any bright ideas. Is everybody clear? Can I say that again? If you have 500 or 1,000 Rand in, don't get any bright ideas to go in with the 0.07. That's a bright idea that's not going to get investments from anyone in the market. Is everybody clear? You know those shark tanks, those tank sharks, you know that whole program where you go and you pitch your idea. If you have 1,000 Rand and you put 0.08, that is not a bright idea. They will not give you money. Are we together, everybody? You'll be out of that room as fast as you walked in. It's Friday. I feel like teasing a little bit, you know. I haven't teased in a long time, you know, Henny. And just look at Laik, he knows he's already up my stream there, I haven't teased in a long time, so this Friday might just be the day. USD CAD, let me ask the question. Are you getting in here or not? Let's see what the guys are saying. I'm on a daily frame. We are looking at momentum. Are we getting in on or not? Yeah, already on the radar. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's a good thing to tease. And I have some nice moves there for you, Laik. Some nice moves there. And, I can just push it through the screen and you can just do something, what? Are we doing anything here, ladies and gentlemen? Are we selling? Are we buying? Talk to me. Talk to me. Let's have some knowledge here. Cheryl, no. Anya says no. Let's give the ladies a round of applause here. Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy and don't be unfair. Give the ladies a round of applause. We're not doing jack here. All right, everybody. Those rejections here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. The CAD is playing hard to get as well as the dollar. These are two strong currencies that are beating it out right now. Is everybody clear? Can I lead you into a trade? Yes, I can, obviously. But because of professionalism, I shall do nothing. No such thing. Does it make sense, everyone? Because here you're going to get yourself into trouble. Is everybody clear? Someone out there, maybe in YouTube land, will tell you, no, just go to 15-minute, man. Come, let's look for a short real quickly. I'm telling you, they'll say, no, man, there's a trade here. We're just going to wait for this support here to be broken. We're going to short. Aha. Be very careful. Is everybody clear? All right. Like, that's a very good comment there. There's some of the guys, they don't understand that thing. To make a buck, people go to extreme lengths. Isn't it so, everybody? People go to boundaries that you can't even imagine just to make a buck. So right here, we will stay clear. You can see that there is nothing that is giving us an indication that we are going down yet. And just so you do know, look at this. There's the pivot point right there. There's the pivot point right there. Can you guys see that? So if you go back to the daily, we have not had any red candle beneath there. So why would we get in now? Don't forget, the daily, the weekly, the monthly are the momentum time frames. Is everybody clear? So when those time frames push beneath a support or above a resistance, that gives us an indication. Is everybody clear? It gives us an indication, all right, that we can now go and we can make a decision whether we sell or whether we buy. At this moment in time, there's no clear direction. Is everybody clear with that one? I hope you are, because I'm pretty clear in that saying there. I'm pretty clear there. So let's push on. Let's move forward and let's get this thing running. AUD, USD, Cheryl, here we go. Let's have some Panado Day. I drove at 2 a.m. this morning to I think, because this guy maybe is lying to me, but he says there's only one 24/7 pharmacy in Pretoria. I drove to that at 2 a.m. this morning. 24/7 pharmacy. It's a drive-through. It was very interesting, to say the least. All right. I had to go and get Panado at 2:30. Yeah, 2:30 a.m. Very interesting. AUD USD. AUD USD. I think they should open up some more 24/7 pharmacies. I don't know if you guys have any in the Western Cape or the Eastern Cape and so forth. I don't know. I'm telling, like a drive-through, I was pretty shocked as well. It was very, very cool to see it, though, I must say, And I thought, let me open up a drive-through. Zeph says, garage. Hey, I don't know, man. I'd rather buy it from a pharmacy. It was for the little one, eh? We have the red one, but we needed the green one. Apparently the green one is stronger and helps. I don't know. You guys will tell me. I just do what Madam says do. All right, there we go. The Anya confirms. Beautiful. All right, so I just do what Madam does. And Cheryl, absolutely 24/7. 24/7, you make some money, but you got to put it at a nice spot, isn't it? So the one I went to was pretty quiet in that neighborhood. You got to put it at a good location, yeah? You get a lot of people coming in. AUD, USD. Pharmacy is better. Thanks, Zeph. Salute. Adele's not here this morning. Be careful. AUD USD. Look at this fellow. Cheryl, accumulation. Shira, accumulation. Laik, accumulation. What do we do here? What do we do in an accumulation phase? I know it sounds like a crazy, simple or simplistic question, but that question has many answers. Are we together? Many answers to many people. All right, so we do something simple. We move on, we wait, and we do nothing. I just combined Laik's, Cheryl's, and Fanny's answers there in one. Spindile says, stay away. I'm coming back, Spindile. All right, so AUD USD, Cheryl, that's answering you so directly there on that one. We wait for a breakout here. All right, we need at least another red candle beneath the 62720. You can see how it's rejecting above there. So if we get another red one here, that's a much better place for you to go in. But I also want to say this, guys, and please, if you want to just make an NB a note there, don't forget about shaving the wicks. Don't forget about shaving the wicks. Shaving the wicks is going to help you get better entries. Please, will you write that down? I can talk about shaving the wicks a little bit here, all right, when we're done with, just going through some of these securities. Is there anyone that would like me to clarify, even if I just get 2 people or 3 people, it doesn't matter to me. Are we together, everybody? As long as you understand what increases the probability, what increases your chance of getting a better entry, not a perfect entry. Let me ask the question, is there a perfect entry? Is there a perfect entry? Yes or no? All right. So why do people keep speaking about perfect entries? Why do people keep saying perfect entries? And why do they keep getting people when they say perfect entry? What do they mean by perfect entry? Let's see the guys translate. What do people mean? What do they actually mean by perfect entry? I'm going to NZD USD in the meantime. They actually mean better entry, best entry at that price behavior. No matter the entry, different lot size can cancel that. Ooh. Ooh. Check Andile flexing there, like Shira. Whilst you flexing the beard, Shira, Andile's flexing with answers there. I mean, it's like, sure, look at this. No matter the entry, if I was a commentator, no matter the entry, different lot sizes can cancel that. Sounds like Liam Neeson. Is it Liam Neeson in that Taken? Nice one, Andile. Nice one, Andile. When they enter the trade, that word there, is it in the dictionary? Like SOMA. Is it in the dictionary there, Uncle Rich? NZD USD. Just check Laik. Check that face go down. I can, Anya, I'll put in shaving the wicks and I'll put in trend lines together. All right. Oh, it's in your, okay. Just send me a copy of that, please. I'd like to see it. NZD USD. We are still accumulating here. All right, my good people. All right, we are still accumulating here. Are we waiting? What are we doing here? Laik, please just send me a copy, email, PDF. It's fine. I'll sort it out. Accumulation, Cheryl, nothing. Philip, ons doen niks hier, Sonny. Ken, we do nothing. Workers, we do nothing here. Is everybody clear? Is everybody clear there, guys? 14 seconds, and then I'm moving on. 14 seconds, then I am moving on. Guys, everybody can see my screen, correct? Everybody can see 100%, right? Just making sure. Just want to make sure. See you, Cheryl. All the best, okay? All the best on that side there. Remember the green one. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. Nice. Guys are flexing today. GBP USD, my good people. Check commander there. Check commander. All right. GBP USD. Very disappointing here. Yesterday also had a rejection at the 1.12040 level. Are we together here, guys? Now, remember, it's only 9:51. The whole Friday still needs to happen. Is everybody clear? All right. And so what's very important here is that we can still reject. We can still reject. The important point here at this specific juncture is that zone there. That's what I've highlighted here. That's the pivot point that I'm referring to. So we essentially need price to come down there. Is everybody clear with what I just mentioned there? Because if you're going to short it, there is 100 pips, yes, to that area there. So you can take the risk of going to a shorter time frame. Is everybody clear there? You can take a risk. Is there anyone that's interested in taking a short here? Let's go and look at the dollar before you decide. Look at the dollar. Let's look at the hour there because we're comparing notes now. Look at the hour on the dollar. Can you guys see this? Look at the hour on the dollar. Who still sees upside here to move up here? Who still sees upside here? Short term now. Short term, short term, short term. Maybe even today. Laik doesn't see it. Who else? Henny, what about you? Verkus, what about you? Shera, what about you? Kenny, what about you? And Philip, what about you? Anya, what about you? Magdalene, Wandile, Palesa, Otsile, Andile doesn't see upside. Remember, if upside comes here, we see GBP USD go down. Is everybody clear? So let us have consensus here now this morning. If we see upside with the dollar index, it simply means we can go and do some risk and reward there for the short on the GBP USD. Shera, that was a mouthful. Did you hear that? Friday, man. Put some lekker choppies on the braai, yes? And it's lekker warm, jong, huh? Is everybody with me? Okay, so no for me, no for me. Workers doesn't see it. Hey, you two. Oh, okay. Hey, no, that's a nice one. Like, no, that, you know, I'm gonna give you hands there for marketing. I'll give you hands there. Fundamentally, I said you think is a plenty, all right, of upside still. Look, I agree with Shera. I think there is upside. I don't know if it's going to happen now because this area here, though, Shera, this zone here is pretty powerful. Are we together, guys? Can you guys see how it keeps rejecting there? All right. So let's quickly go back once more. GBP USD. There's also a zone here over there. Can you see that? So if we short it now, remember, I told you guys how many times you can do anything you want, isn't it so? Henny, you can isn't it so? You can go in right now if you want, but if we bounce from there and we go up here, can you see the trouble? Let's make it more relevant. Let's just make it more relevant in terms of proper risk and reward so you can see if it does bounce from that area, where you're going to stand in terms of TPs, all right, and stop losses. So you go in now. Hold on. That is a much better ratio. Now look at this. This is a problem. Look where that stop loss is. If you short it now when it bounces there and imagine it goes up to go and correct that wick there. Can you see the problem? So if it corrects that wick over there and then it comes down, that's the frustration I was referring to yesterday. Is everybody clear? Now remember, on the 1 hour, you're going to see candles. Is everybody clear? On the 1 hour. But on the daily, you just see a wick. Is everybody clear there, guys? Hold on. So that's what you'll see here. Let me just show you quickly what it could possibly look like if it hits that stop loss. So here you'll see a wick. Can you guys see that? Skew wick there, but it's a wick nonetheless. And then it goes back down again. Is everybody clear? So please, let's be careful when you're trading the shorter time frames. Can I move on to the next one? Is everybody clear? Can I move on to the next one? All right. It's very volatile, absolutely, with the resignation there. Henny, it's causing a bit of turmoil, isn't it so? But remember, guys, the queen is no longer there. So restructuring is taking place, isn't it so? So the restructuring, we got to give some time for that as well. You know, with the king coming in, there are some guys that need to obviously adhere to certain policy. Are we together? He's going to shift a few things that he thinks that the queen didn't think, and you know, it's a lot of politics. All right, so we just wait for it, let that die down. All right, and then we push it. All right, the TP there is at 1.10. 890, 1.10, 890. If you're interested in it, 1.10, 890. You can write that down, okay? 1.10, 890. Got it. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's go to the Euro USD now. Would you guys agree it's pretty disappointing, eh? From Wednesday. From Wednesday up until today, the market has been slow. Have you guys seen that? Euro USD is next. Look at this one here from a daily premise, big rejection. Look at the disappointment here. Went up, tested the 98286, came back down again. Please, guys, let us not make any irrational decisions, all right? Absolutely, Shira. I mean, it would have given us some great indication for today, isn't it so? And guys, you know what? There's nothing wrong with staying in a trade over the weekend. Is everybody clear? There's nothing wrong with that, as long as your risk is low. Don't go put in 10 standard lots now. 10 standard lots on a Friday. When that market opens on a Monday, you'll be crying like you were around onions. Are we together, everybody? We don't want anything like that. So if you're going to just keep it low, keep those, and please don't get bright ideas. Don't get any bright ideas. Just stay clear. Please ask the mechanic to come and fix the market as well. They're like, the moment he pulls up, or she, because you know you can get a female mechanic as well. Well, they're rare in my world. I don't really see many of them, but he or she, when they come, tell them to fix the market as well. Then bring a wrench. All right. We leave Euro USD alone. Let's move on to USD Japanese yen. Woo. Can someone please tell me that they're in this long here? We have been in this. Please tell me someone's in this. Guys, this is the Cobra. You see, excuse me, Shira, I pulled out the Cobra on this one here. Anyway, when we pull out the Cobra, when we pull the Cobra out, you know, it's nothing but accuracy there. Are we together? And he comes out now and then, but when he comes out, it's over. I'm telling you, the Cobra is powerful. Also, like, you know, I've been chatting to you guys about that Shira, that long in Netflix. Remember that thing? That long in Netflix? Have you seen the chart? I told the guys in the week on Wednesday, I believe. Just look at Netflix here. That's the Cobra right there. That's the Cobra right there. Look at this. You know, this was us just having fun, because there was this one day we were just having some fun, and like Yeek was on my case and Shira was on my case, and there was someone, I can't remember, on my case, they were talking about this Cobra. So we just decided this looks like a nice steering wheel. Can you see the steering wheel here? But we used the Cobra or the steering wheel to analyze, and you can see it's now at the center of the steering wheel. The only thing that's left is the top side. All right, and so far so good, but we've been waiting long, eh? Look at this. We've been waiting long, eh? Look at this. How many months is this? Remember, this is the 31 days, right? So that's 2 months, 2 and a quarter. Do you see that, everybody? See you, Charmaine. All the best with load shedding. Enjoy it. All right, about two and a quarter. Do you see that, everybody? but finally we pushed up. So if you are trading US stocks, guys, the great thing about stocks, can I please tell you this? The great thing about stocks is that when you have your analysis correct, all right, and you really know what's happening fundamentally there, and you can look at these pivot points. And I told the guys there's nothing different from what I've been showing you in terms of technique. Henny, look at this here. See that pivot point there? Can you see that pivot? Look where my TP is. So from there, that's what I'm expecting. Now, guess what? From there, here's the next one. Can you see that? So I'm expecting price to go do a bit of a what? React. But ultimately, 602. Netflix came out with good earnings. Did you see that? Subscribers went back up again. Remember, they diminished a little bit. Remember that, guys, that 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 months ago, all right, Netflix had less subscribers. They reported less guys that are actually using their platform. But obviously, because they're shifting, they're putting in new technology, etc. Remember, all of these online streaming programs, guys, they will advance and evolve. And as that happens, get your fundamentals in check so that you can trade them. Stocks, they move at a nice pace. All right. The equity market is huge. It generates a lot of revenue annually. Is everybody clear with that? That's where the guys in the, in the trust, in the unit trusts, hedge funds, they are putting cash in equities. Is everybody clear there? They're putting cash in equities. It has a more stable movement in terms of long term. Is everybody clear? So they put it in there and then they just leave it to run. That's what I like about it. All right. See you, Tebo. Let's finish off with USD JPY. Enjoy the weekend, Tebo. Whoever else needs to run, enjoy the weekend. All right. I'll just put everybody in that bracket real quick. All right. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the Chisanyama. All right. I've come into Henny, this bright thing, like I've come into this bright thing. I wasn't really into the bright thing, but now looking for like the choppies, USD JPY, we want to get out at 153. Let's conclude on it. All right, we want to get out. Yeah, I'm a master. Like Henny, I'm a master. I must just send a picture one day about my fires. Extremely good. 153.248. Shira, extremely good. Kenny, when I start that little mound, inside there is a furnace, and I spread it out nicely there. And once I've spread it, those are like a varm, I'll just take some more coal and just throw it on there. That fire's hot. Like, be careful. 153.248. Can I move on from here? Do you guys have it? Man, this is a good Friday, man. 153.248. If you have it, just give me a yes, give me a no, or whatever, so I know I can move on, because I want to get to Anya's request there. We want to start off with the trends. Are we together? And we want to put some shaving the wicks in there as well. All right. Even I see Kenny. I know Ken. Check Kenny. That picture's been there for a year now, Ken. So you can tell that Kenny's consistent. I've been timing that picture. It's been there for a year now, Ken. So I can see that you're consistent. All right, I'm moving on. I'm going to gold. I'm going to go and see what gold has done, and then I'm moving my way back to Brent, and then I'm going to move my way back to WTI. Then we'll go to the indices. All right. So gold, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking for the 1614 area. It is clear as daylight that we were very accurate with the gold. Is everybody with me? We were spot on with the gold. We saw the short, and you can see that we've gone to the 1614. Anya, it was 1614, 1612. Those were the two areas of support that we had, 1612 and 1614. All right, and these areas here, they were on higher time frames. All right. At 17, yes, but remember, we've been tracking it down. Remember, we've been tracking it down to 1614, 1612. That's the point. All right. So yes, there were higher entries, but we've been tracking it down. Remember, guys, what's very important when it comes to the trading room is that I like to keep things on there so that when we come next week, you can see what we've been doing. Remember, what is one of the important things about any mentor, any person that helps you? Track their analysis. If their analysis is funny, run for the hills. Are we together, everybody? If the analysis is funny, run for the hills. And what is one way to look whether or find whether analysis is up to par? Track it over a 5-day period, a 7-day period. Does it make sense, everybody? Especially check the history. Check to see what they have told you before and if it lines up with where you are today. Is everybody clear with that? Any person that comes to you and says, I'm a master, any person that comes, I'm an expert. Guys, it's easy to fool someone with fake records. People are cooking books. They can show you a report and you can see profits by profits. Does it make sense? But rather look at the analysis, track them. Everybody's there. Sisonke, everybody's there, right? So track their analysis. Did you see the program on Showmax? It's brilliant, eh? Just check it out there, like Steinhoff. I don't know if you saw it, Shira. Just check it out there on Philip. I believe it's called Steinhoff. Very interesting. All right. Crazy Steinheist. Yes, sorry, Steinheist. All right. Very interesting because it tells you about the financial service industry in SA, what's happening, how people think. Are we together? We are in financial services right here. Is everybody clear? Financial services is a crucial part of an economy. Is everybody clear with that? That is why the FSCA exists. They are the policemen. They make sure that FSPs, individuals that are registered in the the financial services, all right, are legit or legitimate, because trust in this specific sector is very hard to come by. And that specific program there, Henny, I know you'll agree with me, that diminishes trust in people within the financial services industry, right, Shira? Are we together? So the chances are out there and we must become aware. And that's why you can see, I'm always mentioning every session that we are registered. I always tell you that I'm a registered rep. Why? So you can hold me accountable. Is everybody clear with that? All right. Accountability is key. All right. So we're done with gold. We don't have to do anything here right now. It's at a support. Let's push on. Let's go to our WTI, our Brent, and then we're going to look at our indices. And then Anya, I really hope to look at that trend now, the trends and the shaving of the wicks. Was it only Anya? Let me just make sure. Who else would like to just have, right, Henny as well? Anyone else would like to see a little bit more detail with the trends, the start of it? Because I'm with you next week again. Are we together? So we can start it off on Friday and we can then continue on Monday and Tuesday. Does it make sense? Looking at the trend and shaving the wicks in the trend, meaning you will now see whether it's a continuous trend or not, or whether it's continuing. All right, so let's finish off here. WTI. From a daily momentum premise. All right, there we go. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the guys saying they like it. Beautiful. Let's get this thing. All right, so WTI, we finish off here, guys. Rejection at 84.79. We're seeing it travel down to 82. All right, which is roughly around just 5 pips away. Let us relax. It's still in a range here. We don't want to do anything. We want it to break down further before we attempt. Everybody clear with that, right? And obviously, when you look at WTI, you're going to see the same thing with Brent. All right, look at the daily with Brent, also still ranging. Rejection at 92. We would not want to get in for a long now. We would need it to break above there first. But in this specific instance, we are traveling back. Can you see this area here? That high there. And I'm going to bring this, Anya. I love that you brought it up because Henny, Shira, these pivot points, I'm going to bring them up in my intro there to the trends. Are we together? I'm going to bring them in there. So it's very important that you note what I say about them whenever I chat. All right. So look at this. We are back. It rejected at the high and at the body, which tells you the sellers are not ready to go down to these prices here. Is everybody clear? They're not ready to go down to these prices here. They're rejected at the close and it's rejected at the high. Is everybody clear there, guys? Very simple. We leave Brent alone for now. Let's go to Dow Jones. All right, now we're seeing some movement here. Can you guys see this? Now we're seeing some movement down here. The next zone that we'd like to get in here is 29664 as an exit. But look at the 12-hour here. Look at the 12. This was yesterday's close. Can you see that? Now, guys, if the 12-hour closes beneath here, is everybody clear? There is a shorter trade that you can do from there to there. That's 268. That would be a riskier trade. That's intraday. Can I give you guys the levels in case you would like to? Because remember, we finish at 11. So I won't be with you at 12, which means this is a possible entry for the guys that want to go in for the short. Can I give you the levels? So look at it. That high there. I'm shifting to an hour frame so you can see it more clearly. That 29952. So it's from there to there. Was it yesterday? Okay. Okay, no, then I'm still on par, right, Shira? Then I'm still on par here. All right, so let's look at it, guys, if we're going for a short. Now, guys, what's important also, you can go in now if you'd like to. Remember, there's no problem, but it would be fantastic if we see a higher time frame close beneath. So the 1 hour is showing us that it's there. Well, it is bearish. Can you see it? Hold on. Can you guys see here? So if we short it and we take it down to 29952.1, that's 262 pips. Stop loss. Very risky here. Oof. This is very risky. Is everybody clear here, guys? There's 255 Rand of a risk, 400 just over 450 for a reward. All right, but what's important, please note the following. You can see that price from there, from a trend line perspective. Can you see it's broken? Can you see it? Everybody clear there? There's one. There's two. There's three. It's broken 4 times. Is everybody clear here? It's broken 4 times. So what does this tell you about the sellers short term, guys? What does it tell you about the sellers short term at this moment in time? Can it go down further? Yes, of course. But we're looking at now. What does it tell you about the sellers here? It's broken that specific momentum up 4 times. Remember, this was momentum up. And that momentum started accumulating. And in the accumulation, it started pushing down below that specific trend line. Remember, I'm dealing with trend lines. So it's already broken 4 times. Does it make sense, everybody? So what is it saying here? Anyone? Am I delayed? Is my network delayed? Are the guys typing? What is it telling us? It's saying that the hours is looking bearish. There's more sellers, yes. Look at the 2 hour here real quick. Same trend line, broken. Look at the 3 hour. Look at this. So at 12, what do you think happens to this candle? This candle closes. 4 hours, 12, that will close at 12 o'clock. So far the 2 and the 1 hour are the candles or the time frames that's giving us that specific signal. Now, guys, the only concern I have here is that 136 pips is nothing for the US 30. Where's Anya? Anya will agree with me. 136 pips is nothing for the US 30. Is there anyone interested in taking the short on the basis of an hour time frame looking to get out at 29952? Is there anyone that's willing to take this short here on the basis of an hour and the risk involved as well? Anyone? I'll give everybody 14 seconds. If not, I'm going to move on. Nobody? Got about 5 seconds. Ivan, yes. Ivan wants to go in there. Shara's not sure. In that case, if you're in between, Shara, I think you have the answer there. I hope. If you're not sure, if you're in between two worlds, all right, especially with the volatile pair like this or security, rather stay safe. All right, Verkus wants to get in. That okay. So remember TP 29952, but you got to hurry if you're going to get in now because we're on the hour frame here and you can see prices moving. All right, you got to get in at market execution. If you wait any longer, it's going to go further down. Then we need to adjust the risk now again. All right, so that's 29664. In fact, it's moving back up 1.81. If you're going to get in now is the time. Everybody clear there? If so, I'm going to move on. We're going to do S&P, we're going to do NASDAQ, and then I'm going to start with those trends. All right, can you guys confirm if you're in? Maybe just type in there or thumbs or something. And then I'm going to push. All right. Yvonne, there we go. All right. From this angle here, ladies and gentlemen, please note the following. They are correlating. From an hourly perspective, we're seeing the downside here as well. 30087 is a concern for Anya. If it is, rather stay out, wait for next week. We can get a more clearer entry there if you're concerned. All right. Never go in if you're not 100% sure. Are we together, everybody? And sure does not mean you need to understand everything. Remember, guys, you have a sense of peace in that moment where you're like, you know what? I'm going to get into this trade. Does that make sense? If that does not exist there, all right, even although it might be risky, even although it's a volatile security, there's always that sense that to say, you know what, it's okay. I'm going to take this trade. If that feeling there is not present, please be very careful. This one is correlating nicely. I also see some downside here, going further down to the zone here, guys, at 3607. We've analyzed this for downside short term. So I'm not seeing any change here. I still see the downside going down to 3607, 3599. Remember, this is a smaller index. Is everybody clear? It's a smaller index. Everybody clear? All right, I'm going to move on. Last one here, NASDAQ, ladies and gentlemen. NASDAQ is a very interesting security. When you compare it to the US 30 and to the S&P, obviously it derives from the bigger NASDAQ, all right, everybody, that has over 3,000 companies. Are we together, guys? And so it's a smaller index that people trade. They use it as a gauge, as a barometer to look at direction, even if they're trading the bigger one. So what tends to happen when you see these smaller indexes, they move quite a bit because many guys are trading them. Remember, if it's a smaller index, all right, everybody, prices also tend to be a bit cheaper. Don't forget that. Is everybody clear there? Is everybody clear there? All right, so guys are engaging more with it. Guys are engaging more with it, which means it moves faster, quicker, more spikes, etc. Is everybody clear? So the NASDAQ is popular, derives from the bigger NASDAQ or the larger NASDAQ, all right, that has no number, it's just NASDAQ. You can find that in the US market. And what we're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, they will compare the two. If the bigger composite index is moving down, they will compare and say, I'm looking for a short here as well. Is everybody clear with that? So the 10966 area here, if you look at it from an hourly perspective, guys, this looks pretty bearish to me. Is everybody clear there? This looks pretty bearish to me. Who else can see the bears here? Who else can see the bears here? This is the last one that we are chatting about before I shift to the trend lines. Let's finish off strong here. Who else can see the bears here? Look at that. I'm pausing for 14 seconds. It's correlating, absolutely. All right. So what we would like is, we would like the gold to keep going down. We'd like the dollar to keep going up. Is everybody clear? Because then it brings follow through on these indices here. Everybody with me there? Everybody there? 14 seconds. And then I'm going to ask the question, who would like to short? Are we together? I'll ask then who wants to short it, who wants to long it, and then we're going to move on from there. Is there anyone that sees the short for them? Would they like to short it? I can do risk and reward for you. Remember, that is our take profit area there. You can see there's no other pivot points that's standing in its way. All right, TT would like this pivot point here. Can I also mention to you this area here? TT, that is a conservative entry right there at 10,935. After 10,935, the next pivot point is down there. So look at it. That's the next one that needs to be broken. Can you see that? Once it's broken, that fellow, we're going there. Can you guys see that? So we want that low to be broken there. Is everybody clear? All right, so let me do some risk and reward here for a short down to 10,750. That's 200 pips. So automatically we know there we go. That looks like a very nice 1-to-2 ratio, 178, risk 377 reward. Anyone interested in this fellow here? But I'm going to give you the aggressive stance. That's to go in now. It's the aggressive one to go in now. The more conservative trader will wait for 10,935. So this is entry one, market execution. Then there's a pending. All right. When I say pending, I'm saying price first needs to break that area before. So let me ask, let me put them into options. This is option one. That's now. Is there anyone interested in option two? So quickly give me option one, option two. Who's interested in option one? Who's interested in option two? Siabonga will wait for two. Fani for two. Pietro one. All right, Pietro. So you got to get in right now then. That's more aggressive. Nomfanello, that's right now. That's more aggressive. Coleseni's two. Anyone else? TT two. All right. So there's a mixture. If you are option one, you have to get in now. Otherwise, you're going to lose the risk and reward. That's now. It's more aggressive. All right. It's more aggressive. And option two is more conservative because then it is below. It's more conservative because it's below that area there, which is very important. That area is very important there. All right, everybody clear? Let me give everybody 14 seconds. Then I know we're cool. Then we push on. 14 seconds, everybody okay? All right. Are you guys ready? Can I do some of those trends now? Trends and the shaving of the wicks. All right. So look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Can everybody see this? Everybody can see this page, right? Let me just give everybody 14 and then. All right. Malcolm, please don't draw on my screen. All right, so here we go. I want everybody just first to notice and just understand that when we're looking at price momentum, we're looking at the trend. Is everybody clear? Please make notes here, guys. We're looking at the trend. When we're looking at momentum, we're looking at the trend. All right. Now, a trend, you guys know, is derived in different ways or defined. You have uptrend, you have a downtrend, etc. Right? Now look at this. What makes an uptrend, all right, is the higher highs and the higher lows. You guys know that. These are the basics. Everybody clear there? What makes a downtrend is the lower lows and the lower highs. That's the basics. But what's important for you to notice, when you look at the resistance levels here, and that's what I want to deal with, because highlighting, highlighting higher highs and higher lows, that's not difficult. Everybody clear there, guys? It's these zones here that's important. Is everybody clear there so far, guys? Very simple. This is the intro here. We'll deal more with it as we go, right? But these zones are more important because if you've missed, let me actually give you an example. Hold on. If you've missed this area here, you guys see this? If you've missed that zone, you have no choice but to wait for this area here. Does that make sense? Everybody with me here, guys? So if you've missed this movement up, let me do it like this. If you've missed that movement, you have no choice but to wait for this area. Now, here's the thing. You need to learn how to read that area there. You need to learn how to technically analyze that area before you get in for that zone over there. Does that make sense, everybody? All right. Now, what's important about this area here? And I really want you, there's two things. Write down the first thing. The first thing that's going to be important for you when you're looking at this area here, you have to go and ask yourself, and I'm just going to do this. This is that vertical line that I always chat to you guys about. Remember that? I'm just making it longer so that I can bring some sense. So there's the vertical line. Shira, are you with me there? Let me, you know what, guys? Let me just pause here and let me make sure that everybody is on the same page here, because remember, we're not in a classroom setting. All right? Are we together? We're not in a classroom setting where I can see and I can pick up and so forth. We're using technology. So the only way for me to know that you are with me and you're tracking is if you let me know. All right, no, Shira, no problem. You can push if you have to. All right. So guys, this vertical line here, that's the pivot point. Now, Anya, I want you to really pay attention to this because I've been dealing with support and resistance, right? Now you need to go and add. Let's just say there's a candle there. And that candle, hold on, let me make it a little bit more, let me make it real by drawing the high here. So let's say that was the candle, and the candle corresponds with that resistance there. Can you see it there? Are you with me there? So it corresponds now. You need to look at, is there a candle on the vertical line that corresponds with the resistance? Because now, if it does, you already know this is a key pivot point. So automatically you're expecting what? What is a pivot point? A reaction. So the reaction we're looking for is to go up to where? This zone here. Does that make sense? Now this zone here that I've just highlighted, there might not be a point there. Is everybody with me here? There might not be a point there. So which means it's not guaranteed that price is going to go and stand there. So watch, maybe, just maybe, it's there. Is everybody with me? Guys, this is important stuff. Yeah. This is important stuff. So look here. So let's just say that corresponds. Are you with me? It corresponds. Okay. So we know now that does not correspond. That corresponds, that corresponds. So ultimately, where do we want to go to? If this was 1, this was 2, and this is 3. Where do we actually want to go to in this trend? Where would we like to go to? Quickly give me the number there, real quick, guys, real quick. Let's move together. 3. Yes. I can even raise my hands because I know you guys are actually tracking with me here. All right. So we want to go to 3, but we got to pass 2 first. Now you have an option. You have an option. You can wait for price to move all the way from there and take it up to that zone there. But remember, that's a bit of ignorance because now this might be the 50%, that fib that I was referring to. Do you see this, guys? That's that fib that I was referring to there. Do you see it, Anya? Now we're not only using support and resistance now. Now you use the fib. Because the Fibonacci, the Fibonacci is taking us from 0 to 100. In between 0 and 100, you have 50% there. But now you're trading the trend. Look at this, guys. All right. Fibonacci, all right. So the Fibonacci, right, has the 50% that you have a choice now. To say, in this uptrend here, it's past the resistance. The next relevant area is there. So anything between, you can take your profits. Why do you think many guys are taking their profits in between, all right, before it reaches number 3? On what time frames are they trading? They're trading it on 15-minute. They're trading it on 4-hour. They're trading it on a 20-minute. They're trading it on a 3-hour. Does it make sense, everybody? But they are scalping it from there to there. Is everybody clear there? Let me pause. Let me pause. It must be clear, guys. I think the way I introduced this has been clear, isn't it so, guys? It's been clear. So in between this pivot point and that pivot point there, the guys are TPing in between. Then you wonder, yes, see, but this guy has made 10,000. All right. This guy's made 15,000. How's that possible? All right. So he got in here. How did he make 10,000? It's because what they are doing, they are TPing in between these areas here. Is everybody clear? Guys, remember what's very important here. Please do not come on the first session and say, I'm going to get everything. You guys know I'm always talking to you guys about consistency. You got to repeat these things over and over so that you understand. When I say to you, look at this. This pivot here, that area there, and this area here, this has automatically caused the range. And I'm going to go to the charts and we're going to go and look at it now. I'm just explaining it now. Does that make sense? We're going to go to the charts and I'm going to show it to you live. Is everybody clear there, right? That's the in and out. Yes, Commander. That's the in and out. All right. I've just done this section of the course. Ash Elliott Waves, ABC. I must say. So now you see, Shira, these ABCs, if you can identify what I'm showing you here, you'll trade the ABC pattern better. If you can look at these pivot points, you'll trade them better because those ABCs or those points, they normally travel to those areas. Are we together? All right. So we've already identified a range, and inside that range, all right, we have a 50% level, and that 50% level from there to there has created an uptrend. How do you know it's an uptrend now? Higher highs, higher lows. All right. Now I'm going to give you part number 2 in this before we go. Remember, this is just intro. Before we go and just identify these areas. That's all we're doing. All right, everybody. Part 2 to this is the following. And I want you to really look at this now. Watch very carefully. Are you guys ready for this? Henny is ready. Anya, you ready? Verkus, Kenny, you ready? Now, this here, number 1 and number 2, hold on. This area here, what time frames are we working with when we're looking at it from this angle? Remember, trend, momentum. What time frames are we looking at? Please don't forget, guys, I don't just say anything just because I say it. There's a reason for saying things. Yes, monthly, weekly, daily. These pivot points will be further away from each other. Is everybody clear there, guys? They'll be further away from each other. Now watch here very carefully. This, let's say this was a weekly frame. And we got these pivot points. Now watch carefully when we go to shorter time frames. When I say shorter time frames, I'm going to draw or use a different candle color. Let's say we're only using from 1 to 2, from 1 to 2. So in between here. Let's say we're only trading this area here. Please understand the following, that there will be on the shorter time frames, different pivot points. Is everybody clear there? So when you drop to a 12-hour, when you drop to an 8-hour, you are going to find inside, as price is moving up. Hold on, let me just erase these. When price is moving up, it is now moving there, rejecting, moving up again, rejecting again. Can you see that, everybody? Then we push up, support, go up again. See that resistance there? Now, this is in between 1 and 2. Workers, are you with me there? Anya, are you with me here? So that's in between now, right? Is everybody with me? These areas here, that's when you're trading your 1 hour, your M30. Are we together, guys? Your M15, that's the shorter time frames. Guys, this is critical stuff. What you need to do with this, you need to go back on YouTube. This is just the start. The trend line will deal with shaving the wicks. Anya, I'm going to deal with shaving the wicks. I don't want to show everything. I wanted to everybody just to process this first. So when we get back on Monday, now we go and we say, Ash, where does shaving the wicks come in? Because shaving the wicks happens at these areas here. Henny, does that make sense there? Shira, does that make sense? Commander, William, Herbie, Fani, Magdalene. So guys, I'm giving this to you in increments. This is just trading the trend now, finding your location. So do not be intimidated when someone says, I just went in on a 1 hour frame and I made 20,000 Rand. Okay, fine, good. How much lot sizes did you use? That's the first thing. Are we together? The second thing is that you need to know They only traded it. Look at this. They only traded from there to there. This little area here. That's all they traded. And they made 20K because they used, for example, 0.60 or 0.85. Does it make sense? Or one standard lot. And they got in and they got out. That's why the moment I see people say I'm making killer profits, it's okay, good. You have your reasons for it. Does that make sense? But what I'm trying to show you guys here this morning is that you must know why you are entering that specific trade. Does that make sense there? Shira, you got to know why you are entering that specific or at the specific area there. It's not just about entry. And that's why, guys, when people say, you know what, I want perfect entries, etc., there's no such thing. Okay? The bid and ask moves too fast. And it works at the best price available at that moment in time. All right. So let's go to the charts quickly. All right. And guys, remember, there's even no need for me to duplicate here because what happens here is the same thing. You're going to look for the vertical line as we are going down. Look for the vertical line. Look for the candles. Is everybody look for the candles that's on that line, the opening. All right. Watch here now. So let's go to the charts. Let me put up a clear chart or a new chart. Let's use GBP AUD just randomly. All right. With the GBP, okay, yeah, we can, not a problem. We can do the GBP USD. All right, so look at this now. I mean, if you look at the monthly, just the monthly alone, are we bearish? Have we pushed down? Yes. Look at this big rejection here. Can you guys see this? Look at that big rejection. Now, I want you to pay attention to what I've just shown you. Look at that area there. Can you see that? Look at that area there. Look at that there. This is why we are bearish. We've pushed beneath all those key points. Is everybody with me here, guys? Now watch here. We are beneath. Look at this area here. Now take note of the support. Why am I drawing it there? There's a rejection. Can you see the rejection here, right? So what do we do now? Now we got to drop down. We have to drop down. Why must we drop down? Because these pivot points is not going to be relevant on the shorter time frames. Why? Because I spoke to you about detail. Remember that. So in the detail, there's going to be other pivot points that you need to go and highlight. So let's drop down. Let's go to daily. Let's just make it more relevant. Aha. Look at that already. Now we inside. See that? That was the major points where price reacted. But we're not there. We are here. So let's use the most recent ones now. Most recent. There. Let's make this another color. Look at that zone there. Zone here. Zone here. Zone there. Can you guys see that? Now if I zoom in, can you see where we are now? There's a low there. Can you guys see the low? We've broken past the low. Now, who can tell me, what do we do here if we'd like to see this further downside? What do we do now? Because now we go into the detail. The trend is down. Now we're looking for detail to go into a possible short here. We see it's down. Can you see that? So first of all, we want this to break. This we want to break. Lower time frame and fib. Lower time frame and fib. Now watch. Let's first put the fib on. Look at the fib there. From there to there. Now, why will we not short it from there to there? That's 752 pips. You're not going to wait that long. Am I right? You're going to wait that long. So we use the fib, watch. Sorry about that. Putting the 50% in, and I've added for you guys that zone there. And I said to you, always watch those areas there. That's the centerpiece. Now watch carefully now. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? We're going to drop down now. Let's go see where we are corresponding. All right, 12-hour. Look at this here. Our TP would be in alignment with this pivot point. Can you guys see that? So if we TP there, beautiful, beautiful. But now watch here. That is on point if you're holding the trade from there to there, 363. Let's make it shorter, Shira. Are you ready for this? Let's make it shorter. Watch. Fib down to the 50. Now we go even shorter. Can you see that? I'll make the stripe or perforated. Watch. Now I'm going to a shorter time frame. Let's see if it corresponds. Short. There we go. We might see something here. Back, back, back. Almost. It almost touches it there. Let's go to an hour. Ooh, look at this. Look at this beauty there. Henny, look at that. Shira, are you seeing this? Verkus, are you seeing this? Guys, let me pause. Are you guys seeing what I'm saying to you here? We have just gone from a monthly to an hour. And if we break below, we are going to engage with 186 pips. From 700 pips to 180. Just using pivot points. Never mind the trend line. Never mind. Look at this. If we break there, even if you use a shorter one, even if you wanted to exit there, it can work. You are still within the range. Hold on. Do you see that? Look at this. You're still inside the range, ladies and gentlemen. So these vertical lines, many people, when you take them off, Control Y. You know how many guys, since 2018, I've been showing the guys these Control Y, Control Y. People don't pay attention to the little things, Shira. It's so small, just a Control Y. The opening, just the opening of a month, the opening of a week, the opening of the day. Does it make sense? It counts so much at this point in time. Look at this downward momentum here, guys. There's two areas you can exit within this entire range. You can exit there. How many pips is this from there? 112 pips. 112 pips. That's if it breaks our pivot there. So we needed to break. Now you see where patience comes in now. And that's the challenge. That's where people don't understand it. So guys, I want to pause it there. I want to pause it there because now you'll understand where shaving the wicks comes in. Because shaving the wicks gives you a more accurate entry. These pivot points gives you accurate direction. Can I say that again? Accurate direction comes with these pivots. Accurate entries comes with the shaving of the wicks. And you have to engage even your 1 minute frame there. Is everybody with me? How's that for Friday? How's that for beautiful clothes on a Friday? I mean, come on. Henny, over the weekend, if you go and you sit now over the weekend, you're like, listen, Verkus, William, Andile, Shira, all you do, you go, you watch your pivots. Now you got to condense them from a monthly, condense it into shorter distances so you can maximize your pips. Now, guys, here's the rule. Here's the rule. When you're trading the shorter time frames, don't forget the risk. You have accuracy, yes, but don't forget the risk that it's more volatile. So you got to give something to get something. Does it make sense, everybody? You're getting accurate levels, you're getting direction, but you got to give and say, listen, I got to take the risk here. Does that make sense, everybody? You got to give something to receive something. You can't just get. You got to give, you receive. You got to give, you receive. That's what's happening. The fluctuation of the market is the principle of giving and receiving. Give. Buyers, you see that? Then they got to give over to the sellers now. Then they got to give to the buyers. Then they got to give to the sellers. So that principle is at work even in the market price, guys. It is a life principle that's embedded in the market. And it's so crazy and scary how accurate that actually is. So this YouTube session here, when we're done, go and check it out again. Pause it. All right? Go back, see what was said, make your notes. Are we together? So in conclusion, you guys have seen what I've done. Now look how messy it looks now. Look how messy. If I go to a monthly, can you see the mess? But that mess looks like a mess. But when you go in, now you know what you did. Can you see that? That's why many times my chart, when I go onto a chart, you guys will see a lot of lines. And if you come with me on the first day, you'll think, see, look at this chart, man. My God. So, but no, there's method in the madness. Do you see that, everybody? There's method. I use 2 fibs as I'm going down. Now look, it looks messy. But because you went through it with me, you guys know this is not a mess. Can I confirm? Is this a mess to you guys? This is not a mess. This is not a mess at all. We know exactly what we want to do here. We know where we want to get in with the hour, and we already have 2 TPs if we're going to take it with the hour. One is 118 pips. The other one is 180 pips. You just make your decision. But we need this pivot here to be broken. Can you see that? This pivot here must be broken here. And then we take it down. Amaldaso. No, I think this was a very good way to finish up our Friday. Right, Annie? It was a fantastic share. So even although there was no opportunity for us, the market was showing us a bit of slowness, it doesn't matter. We know come Monday, we know what we're doing now. Is everybody clear? It's a fantastic Friday, absolutely. All right. So now we know come Monday, come Tuesday, come Wednesday, come Thursday. It doesn't matter what day of the week. Are we together? We analyze now with understanding. And if we go into a trade with the understanding, your exit is even better. That's why you guys will see in conclusion, when I say to you guys, I'm exiting there. Now you can see I understand why I'm actually exiting, because I've managed to look at my levels very clearly. Do you see that? So if I'm exiting and I'm out, I know why I'm out. I'm not just exiting because of emotions, because most of the time emotions makes a trader exit, not understanding. Is everybody clear? So please make a note of that. If you don't mind, let your understanding tell you the exit. All right, not your emotions. Let your understanding give you the exit, not your emotions. When you can yourself scope, you're going to kick yourself in the behind on Monday and say, I should have stayed in. I should have just relaxed. I should have just closed my laptop, blah, 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 blah. Does that make sense, everybody? A whole lot of stuff. But when there's understanding and you say, I'm pulling out, by Monday, you're content. Does that make sense? You're content. You're like, no, it's fine. It hasn't broken my pivot point yet. It's cool. I'm waiting for it. Everybody clear? So Monday, please do not forget. Please put that reminder there. We're continuing with trends, guys, because I'm going to put the dailies in here and the shaving of the wicks in now, so you understand which time frames are even better to use in terms of confirmation. Yeah, Anya will remind me. I know. There we go. You remind me. I love it. All right. So, guys, from me to you, I can tell you today, you guys have been wonderful this morning. Thank you very much for the responses, the respect, the appreciation. It makes it so much better. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the chisanyama. I know I will. I know I will. All right. Enjoy it. Enjoy load shedding if there is. because we have something to smile about, isn't it? So everybody, we have something to smile about. And I'll see you guys on Monday. To all the guys on YouTube, enjoy it, grab the value. Are we together? Enjoy it, grab the value, revise, pause, play again, pause, write notes, and we take it from here on Monday. All right, everybody? Lekker. Thumbs. All right, Annie, Shira, Verkus, Mintimer, Fani, Anya, everybody. Kenny, Malcolm, Andile, William. If I missed anyone, please, you are greeted. All right, everybody's greeted. Have a lekker one. Ciao, ciao.